Audrey, and this is It's On. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm really glad you're all here. So today we're going to do a taco recipe. So my family, you might have seen me in some of our What's for Dinner videos. My family, we eat tacos probably 3 times a month. Usually beef tacos, sometimes other types. Today is going to be a traditional beef taco. And what I do is I cook for all of us, I divide out the meat, and then I make mine separate in terms of seasoning. So I'll show you the seasonings that I use for mine. These are relatively economical. You can use any type of ground meat that you want, whatever's cheap and on sale, that's the way to go. Here in Canada, our ground beef is about $6 a pound, even for sort of the low grade, the non, grass-fed, grass-finished, all of that stuff. So it's a little bit, but I know that in the States, just across the border from us, that you can get ground beef as cheap as $3 a pound. So you really don't need more than about a quarter pound a person or less. And you can either do this as a taco or as a taco salad, which is also pretty economical depending on what vegetables you can find. I make mine with the cassava tortillas. I'll link that video in the description box below for you. Super easy to make. And I have found actually with those that the Anthony's flour, which is about half the cost of the autos, also works nicely for the tortillas. It doesn't work as nicely for some of the baked goods, but it does work really well for the tortillas. So if you're looking for a cheaper alternative to make those cassava flour tortillas, go with the Anthony's or a cheaper brand of cassava flour and you should be okay. So without any more chatter, let's get cooking. Okay everyone, the tacos are done, as you saw. So this recipe, so I did 2 pounds of beef here. That's because I usually like to prep, like you guys know, so I'll eat this kind of throughout the week for meals. These tortillas are about, if you use the Anthony's cassava flour, which I think I said before, for this recipe, it's totally fine. You don't need to use the autos for tortillas. It turns out beautifully with the Anthony's, and it's half the cost. So each of these tortillas ends up being between 25 and 33 cents, depending on how big you make them. Mine are about 33 cents. The meat itself was about $6 per pound. And this is for a local hormone-free beef, but it's not grass-fed, grass-finished. They do get to graze, so it's kind of an in-between meat. You could get a little cheaper, I'm sure, and you certainly can get more expensive. So it's kind of middle way. And I'm only using, this is about a quarter pound between the 2 tacos that I'm having. So this is about $1.50's worth of meat. I put a slaw on it, so that was just some of the cabbage I had used in that Thai salad. So you're talking pennies, 20 cents maybe of that. And then I am going to put on a little bit of guacamole, but again, not a whole lot. And this is just store-bought. I got the avocados on sale. So total for this meal, you're looking at about, we'll say $4, give or take. And that's Canadian, so you can get that a lot cheaper if you're in the States. But that's up here where I live in BC. So again, prices range depending on the kind of meat that you buy and all of that stuff. But let's just take a bite and see how it turned out. I do love these tortillas, guys. they're like super simple to make. They're so soft. Okay. It's really good. For the slaw, so I did it out of the cabbage that I had here, but honestly on a normal day, I just use the coleslaw mix in the bag from the store. Also cheap if you buy the bigger bags. Per serving you're looking at less than 50 cents a serving, probably less than 30 cents a serving for those big bags, but I had the cabbage already, so sorry, I should swallow. So I had the cabbage already, so it was super cheap just to go ahead and do it that way. But you can, if you want to hack, you don't want to have to chop that up. Totally doable. Do what I do if you can and cook more meat than you need for that evening, because then you have it for the rest of the week. Like I'll have this for lunches this week. It freezes really, really well. And with the seasonings, you can add or lessen or whatever you need just to adjust to how you like them to taste. If you like them to be a little bit spicy, I have experimented a little bit with putting a little bit of pure wasabi powder in them, and it gives them just a bit of a kick if you like that. Otherwise, I like this kind of turmeric, onion, garlic, oregano sort of blend that I do. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy these as much as I do, and they get you some cheap AIP eats. All right, everyone, see you next time.